Proverbs chapter 4. I'm Kat Caldwell, and this is my channel, Floodlights. So here we go. The theme of chapter 4 is Your Life is at Stake. Listen, friends, to some fatherly advice. Sit up and take notice so you'll know how to live. I'm giving you good counsel. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. When I was a boy at my father's knee, the pride and joy of my mother, he would sit me down and drill me. Take this to heart. Do what I tell you. Live. Sell everything and buy wisdom. Forage for understanding. Don't forget one word. Don't deviate an inch. Never walk away from wisdom. She guards your life. Love her. She keeps her eye on you. Above all and before all, do this. Get wisdom. Write this at the top of your list. Get understanding. Throw your arms around her. Believe me, you won't regret it. Never let her go. She'll make your life glorious. She'll garland your life with grace. She'll festoon your days with beauty. Dear friend, take my advice. It will add to your years to your life. I'm writing out clear directions to wisdom way. I'm drawing a map to righteous road. I don't want you ending up in blind alleys or wasting time making wrong turns. Hold tight to good advice. Don't relax your grip. Guard it well. Your life is at stake. Don't take wicked bypass. Don't so much as set foot on that road. Stay clear of it. Give it a wide berth. Make a detour and be on your way. Evil people are restless unless they're making trouble. They can't get a good night's sleep unless they've made a life miserable for somebody. Perversity is their food and drink, violence their drug of choice. The ways of right living people glow with light. The longer they live, the brighter they shine. But the road of wrongdoing gets darker and darker. Travelers can't see a thing. They fall flat on their faces. Dear friend, listen well to my words. Tune your ears to my voice. Keep my message in plain view at all times. Concentrate. Learn it by heart. Those who discover these words live, really live. Body and soul, they're bursting with health. Keep vigilant watch over your heart. That's where life starts. Don't talk out of both sides of your mouth. Avoid careless banter, white lies, and gossip. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Ignore all sideshow distractions. Watch your step, and the road will stretch out smooth before you. Look neither left nor right. Leave evil in the dust. Your life is at stake. So I believe that this chapter is really just hitting home wisdom and what it can do for you. Wisdom is not just book knowledge. Wisdom is also how to live. It is how to make the correct choices. It is understanding that you get one life. That's it. You get one day, and the next day is different. You don't get to go back ever. That is wisdom. That is taking advantage of your time, figuring things out, figuring out why you're here and going forward in that, not getting distracted from it. Evil people are restless unless they're making trouble, and they can't get a good night's sleep unless they've made life miserable for somebody. It's interesting. That's verses 16 and part of 17. And if you look around, it's so true. People, and I think evil here is just somebody who's not following God. This is just how they would speak back then. So you see this in society these days, that it seems like people are unhappy and they want everyone else to be unhappy with them. Avoid careless banter. You need to be careful with your words. You need to be careful with what you're saying. You need to have wisdom behind stuff, right? You need to know when you should speak and when you should keep silent. Avoid white lies. So true. This is like Dr. Jordan Peterson says, and if you don't listen to any of his lectures, I highly suggest that you do. Just stop lying. Don't lie. And honestly, sometimes, I have a problem with this. Those things where you want to make an excuse or you don't want to do something. And so you don't want to say you don't want to do it, so you make up a white lie, or why were you late? Well, you have to make up something. And it's really in the last few years that God has really worked on me of saying, it's not okay. A lie is a lie. Because if you let that small thing start and fester within you, pretty soon it becomes easier and easier to lie about big stuff, right? And it's just a small seed that can become a huge tree. So I really believe that the wisdom in here in this chapter is just like getting it home. Listen, whatever good counsel your parents have given you, take it. It doesn't matter how many other mistakes they have made. Take the good out of it. Whatever good counsel you've gotten from your church, other people, and hey, there's good counsel from people who aren't necessarily Christian, but who are trying to figure things out, because God's word is true. God's word goes forth and stays true. It doesn't matter who is using his wisdom. A lot of the wisdom that you find in Proverbs, you'll actually find in business and life management books. It's pretty interesting. Maybe I can find some books someday that I've been reading that clearly the wisdom has been taken straight from Proverbs. But Solomon was a wise man, and he was quoted around the world at his time, and he's still quoted today. And a lot of times wisdom just gets passed by mouth and nobody knows the origin of it, or they don't find it. So just because somebody isn't necessarily saved or a Christian doesn't mean that if they're following wisdom, if they're searching for wisdom, if they are really watching their mouths and taking advantage of the day that they have and gathering all the wisdom that they can from people who have said profound things and meaningful things, God's word is still true. It still works. So if you are saved, if you believe that God's word is true, this will work even more for you, because you can not only have his truth behind you, but him behind you, and he's right next to you, always helping you. So that concludes chapter 4. If you like this video, please hit like and share it with your friends and family. If you would like notification of when I have another video, please hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you next time.